So good to have you guys with us today. I'm sitting here today with Andre. Tell us who you're with and how long you've been working with them.
Yes, my name is Andre Gonzalez, and I am the director of Love Life Charlotte.
And how long have you worked with Love Life?
I've been working for Love Life for 3.5 years, since the beginning.
And we've been a part of Love Life for about the same time. I
Yeah,
met you down
since the beginning,
at Chima's, and
Yep.
been a great partnership ever since. And so I just want to let you guys know, when we partner with an organization, with our church, we're very intentional about that. And we felt like today would be a great opportunity for you to see why have we chosen to partner with Love Life on such a topic that can create such tension within our faith. So we're just going to ask Andre a few questions today so you can hear it directly from the organization and get to know them a little bit better so that you can see why we have gotten to know them better over the years. So Andre, with your partnership with Love Life, how many children do you think have been saved or given the opportunity for life since you've been involved?
So we have seen well over 1,500 moms and dads choose life in the past 3.5 years as we've been out there praying and interceding. And on Saturdays, when we're doing the prayer walk, we're at 36 moms that have chosen life, and we're only in week 21.
Wow, 36 moms this year alone.
During the prayer walk, as
Wow.
we're praying.
That's phenomenal.
Isn't that cool?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So Andre, when you talk about the moms that have gotten help, and then also I know that you guys partner with the workers as well in the industry. How many workers do you think have left the industry since Love Life's been around?
So we have seen 25 abortion workers leave that place.
Wow.
And many of them we've gotten connected to the local church and are being discipled and mentored. And we've helped get new jobs for some of them.
That's crazy. How do you know that they've left the industry?
They have connected with our sidewalk counselors, and the sidewalk counselors have developed a relationship with them, and they've walked out and said, "Hey, I'm done with this place. I don't want to be involved with it anymore." And then we'll get if they choose, we'll get them connected to a mentor in a local church.
So when you're out there on the sidewalks, Andre, what are some of the organizations that you partner with?
So we partner with two organizations. One is a ministry called Help Pregnancy Center, and they have a mobile unit where they give mom free ultrasounds. And 9 times out of 10, when a mom sees their baby, they'll choose life. And then there's another organization called Cities for Life, and they're the sidewalk counselors. And they're the ones reaching out to the moms and saying, "Moms, there are other options. You don't have to have an abortion. We'll help you. We'll walk with you. You're not alone."
What about when you're out there on the sidewalk and there's some of the other organizations that might appear to be a little bit more militant than Love Life? How do you keep yourself separate from them, and what's your interaction with some of those other organizations that are maybe don't do things quite the same way that Love Life does?
Yeah, that's a great question. We get that question asked a lot. And so we're out there, God has given us a mission and a vision. And so we feel like we're doing it the way God's told us to do it. And just because some other organization or some other people are doing it not the way we think we should do it, we're going to continue doing it the way God's called us to do it. And we love them, we encourage them, we pray for them, but that doesn't mean we necessarily agree with how they're doing it. But it doesn't mean that we're not going to just not do anything. We're going to show up and we're going to do it the way God's called us to do it.
So when you say you stay true to what you feel called to do, what does that really look like?
So this is what we feel God's called us to do. We feel like God has called us to mobilize and activate the church to go to the abortion center, not to protest, not to yell or picket, but to pray. We believe this is a spiritual battle, and so we have to fight things on a spiritual way. And so we're there to pray, and we're there to show up, because when light shows up, darkness must flee. And so there's one thing to have a good prayer meeting, and that's awesome. But when we show up, we carry the light and the love of Jesus. And God is using that by us showing up and by praying to see God accomplish what he wants to accomplish in moms are choosing life.
Now, when you say that when people show up, it makes a difference. You told me some very staggering statistics about how many moms choose life based upon how many numbers actually show up on a Saturday. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so what we notice is when more people come to the prayer walk, more moms choose life. And when more moms choose life, more people live. And so we're seeing a direct correlation Like 2 weeks ago, we had 536 people come to the prayer walk, and 5 moms chose life that Saturday.
Wow.
The week before, we had 107 people come, and 1 mom chose life. So we're seeing more people show up, more moms choose life.
So I know that prayer is a major part of what Love Life does,
Yeah.
and you really wholeheartedly believe that that's where the change is made. And you challenge participants, including ourselves and the people of our church, to join in prayer and fasting. How does that translate over even into a Saturday, and what does that look like, and what kind of a difference have you seen prayer make?
Yeah, so we believe prayer is the key. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the strongholds in an area. So prayer is the key. So when we go to the prayer walk on Saturday, and we're asking you to come join us this Saturday for the prayer walk, we're going there to pray and worship and intercede that a mom will have a change of heart and will choose life. We also have a code of conduct. So if you're going to come participate in our prayer walk, we're asking you not to engage with anybody at the abortion center, because we're not there to engage. We're not there to preach or to shame. We're there to stand in the gap for a mom to choose life. And every time that happens, moms are choosing life.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I know that we do the prayer walk. I know you partner with some of the organizations there that are with you on a Saturday. But one of the other things that has really impressed us about Love Life is the fact that you also are working with adoption and fostering. Tell us a little bit about what your goals are with adoption and fostering as well.
Yeah. So we are not only after the orphans inside the womb, but we're after the orphans outside the womb. So if we really want to be pro-life, then we're really after both. And so we have looked at the biggest need in Charlotte, and it's really the foster care system. There are 12,000 children in the state of North Carolina that are in the foster care system, and just in Mecklenburg, there's 536 children in the foster care system. And so what we're believing is that God has called us to inspire and encourage Christians to open up their home and be a mom and a dad to a child that doesn't have a mom and dad. There are 2,000 kids in the foster care system that the parents' rights have been terminated. So we've got 2,000 orphans in the state of North Carolina that are looking for a mom and a dad.
Wow.
So we feel like God has called us to inspire and encourage Christians to open up their home and be a mom and a dad to an orphan.
So you keep talking about this partnering with those who choose life. What does that look like for the mom who is in a really bad place? She doesn't have anybody to help her out. She's going to choose to keep this baby, but now what?
Yeah. So when that mom goes to the abortion center, they meet with the sidewalk counselors. They go see their baby on a free ultrasound. The sidewalk counselors encourage them to choose life, but they don't just say, "Hey, choose life," and then good luck with that decision.
Right.
But they'll say, "Listen, we'll help you. We'll walk with you. We have lots of Christians in churches that would be willing to walk with you and partner with you and help you and be a friend to you." And so if that mom chooses, we'll connect that woman to one of the local churches in her area, and that woman will disciple them, encourage them to come to church, throw them a baby shower, walk with them. In fact, we ask the churches, would you be willing for those that are in need to provide the first 2 years of all the major needs of that baby? To let them know, listen, you are not alone. We'll walk with you. It's the church and the people in the church that will say, we'll help you, and you're not alone.
So one of the other things, Andre, that we oftentimes deal with, even talking with people at our church here, is the person, whether man or woman, that really wants to make a difference, but they don't necessarily agree that abortion is a moral issue, but they look at or that it's a murder or anything like that, but they still want to make a difference. How would you encourage that person to get involved, even though they may not totally agree 100% with your stance?
Yeah. Well, I would say this. Prayer works. And when we go out there and we pray, we're not preaching to anybody. We're not telling anybody they're wrong or right. We're crying out to God, and we let God touch them and let God do the work in their heart. And so people will say all kinds of stuff about what we're doing, but they've never even been to one of the walks. So I would just say, just come. Just come one time. Come and check it out. Come and pray with us. Come and intercede that mom will have a change of heart and that she'll want to choose life. Did you know that 28% of people that have had abortions in the past will want to commit suicide?
Wow.
Abortion is devastating for a woman. And 1 in 4 women will have an abortion in their lifetime. That also means 1 in 4 men will be a part of an abortion. So we're encouraging our men, will you be a defender and protector of women and children? Will you go out there and will you pray and intercede that a mom will choose life?
Yeah. So speaking of men, how do you support men that are involved in this?
So if 1 in 4 women have had an abortion, that means also 1 in 4 men have had an abortion. So we actually have Bible studies that we're connecting men that have had past abortions in their past. And in these Bible studies, men are walking through that whole healing process and are being completely healed of all that guilt and the shame. I've talked with senior pastors here in Charlotte that have had abortions in their past, and they've told me they think about it every day. And so God is using these Bible studies to completely set them free of all that guilt and the shame. And then we're saying, come and join us, be a volunteer, get involved, and use what you've experienced to help others.
So Andre, I wish we could sit here and talk a little bit longer, but I do want to close with one question.
Yeah.
If you had 20 seconds that you could tell the people in the Lake Norman area one thing about what you're doing and how to get involved, what would your final charge to us be?
Yeah, so here's my challenge to the Lake Norman folks. I'm also a Lake Norman person. I live in Mooresville. And Lake Norman people are amazing people, but they're also a little bit more wealthier. And they have a lot going on. They go on the boats. Their kids are in soccer. They've got a lot of activities. And what we've noticed is that there's been a little bit of a light participation with Lake Norman folks. And so I would tell you, and I would encourage you, will you join us? I want to encourage you, if you've got plans, cancel those plans. Your prayers matter. I want to encourage you to come, fast and pray with us this Wednesday, and come join us this Saturday because your prayers matter. Come and join us. We need you.